Radnor Township Board of Health will come to order. Please rise and join me in pledging allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The minutes of the last meeting were distributed in your packet, and I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any corrections, additions, deletions? All in favor of approving the minutes as submitted, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any contrary? Okay, the minutes are approved as submitted. Under announcements, the Amy Leader is absent this evening. She had a conflict in commitments, and so she's unable to be with us, and her absence should be recorded as excused. On April 28th, 2012, and there's some material on this up at the table in the back of the meeting room. On April 28, 2012, between 10 a.m. and 2 o'clock p.m., the National Take Back Initiative will be conducted in Radnor Township. This is an opportunity for the public to surrender expired, unwanted, or unused pharmaceutical controlled substances and other medications for destruction. These drugs, as the flyer says, are a potential source of supply for illegal use and an unacceptable risk to public health and safety. Each day, approximately 2,500 teens use prescription drugs to get high for the first time, according to the Partnership for Drug-Free America. And in part, this initiative is aimed at reducing that incidence. There are 2 locations in Radnor Township that will be used for the National Take Back Initiative. One here in the Radnor Township Municipal Building at 301 Ivan Avenue, and at the Wayne Senior Center, 108 Station Road in Wayne. I would urge all citizens to take advantage of this and get rid of their expired, unwanted, or unused pharmaceutical substances. Mr. Taltone, I'll ask at this time that you provide us with any further announcements and your health officer's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon to the board and those. Last month for me was a short month. I was able to do 15 food safety inspections, 6 bathing places, several quality of life issues, 6 to be exact. These are new ones and not the ongoing ones. One workplace safety committee. As far as special events planned for 2012, or for this month coming up, in June the 2nd to be exact, the Mainline Jazz and Food Festival will be, I think it's the 9th year for that. Will be on North Wayne Avenue between Route 30 and West Avenue, and the designated time for that is going to be from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. As Mr. Hazen alluded to a few minutes ago, April the 28th is going to be a busy day in Radnor Township. We're going to have the first issue is going to be the National Take Back Day, and in your package you'll find information, and Mr. Hazen went over that pretty good. The other thing is St. Martin's Church is going to have its festival that same day. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. In addition to that, the Katie Sampson lacrosse tournament will be at the Radnor High School on that same date. It starts around 1 o'clock to about 5 or 6 o'clock. So April the 28th is going to be a busy day in the township. On the informational items, Delaware County Council and the Delaware County Kennel Club will be providing dog license and microchip clinic. This is going to be April the 14th, 2012, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon in the maintenance building adjacent to the Hunt Club at Rose Tree Park, Route 252 and Rose Tree Road, Upper Providence. Microchips will be free of charge and offered on a first-come, first-served basis while supplies last. April 25th, American Academy of Pediatrics and the Delaware County Medical Reserve Corps Immunization Skills Workshop, April the 25th, 2012, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Delaware County Intermediate Unit, 200 Yale Avenue, Morton, PA, 19070. Registration and information, I'm going to give a telephone number to, I think that's Ed Klein, 610-892-8134, or email at ekline@icdc.com. And the last issue was the Delaware County Intercommunity Coordination National Take Back Day. Mr. Chairman, Board, so ends my report.
Thank you for that report. Any questions of Mr. Taltone?
I just want to add one thing. The immunization skills workshop you referred to on April 25th, I'm in charge of that, and it does offer 3 CMEs and 3 CEUs. So for any of your, nursing staff or physicians who want that, they're free credits, and it's a good program.
Thank you. Any further comments or questions?
Mr. Chairman, incidentally, all this information was placed on the scroll and on the township's website for residents.
Good, thank you. Okay, we'll move on to old business, and the first item is teen health issues. And Ms. Lee, Dr. Leader, as you've heard, could not be here this evening, but she did indicate that you might have something to share with us.
Okay, so Dr. Leader and I met, I think it was Tuesday night, last Tuesday, and we discussed some new ideas for the poster because I had on my poster just some statistics about teens in Radnor and sugary drinks and obesity. But she was thinking that we could also have a separate poster for like adults and have some statistics about them and the relation to sugary drinks and obesity. So, but she was unable to open up my poster on her computer because of some formatting issues. But yeah, so I think we're doing well on the project. But
At what point will we be able to actually see the poster?
I have it on my computer if you would like to see it now. Yeah. Okay.
Just while she's doing that, I'll just add there's a Sugary Drinks Summit, National Summit coming up in Washington, D.C., and the keynote speaker's Mayor Nutter, which I thought was interesting. And, he's struggled unsuccessfully so far to get a soda tax in Philadelphia, but obviously he's viewed as a national leader on this. So.
Thank you. While Ms. Lee is setting that up, let me just move to another item under old business. The Alliance for Safe Kids is holding its spring program here in this room at the Township Administration Building this coming Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. That's April 18th. The subject matter is ensuring a safe safe transition from high school to college for students and parents of high school seniors, and students themselves have been invited. So that will be this Wednesday evening, and it is a program that is co-sponsored by this Board of Health, and I intend to be here, and I would hope that as many of you would be able to attend, as well as members of the public should be a good program. There are representatives from several of the local universities who are going to be speaking on the subject, and there will be time for questions and answers. Are you ready, Ms. Lee? Okay.
On the screen, but I could pass the computer around if that would.
Well, okay. How do we turn these on?
He said he wasn't able to get it.
Okay. I'm getting a picture of us. Okay, it's not really all that clear. Well, maybe we could get a look at that after the meeting is adjourned, come over to your computer and take a look at that. We're going to have to, Mr. Kane, the Radnor Township School District liaison to this board, was also unable to be with us this evening. But as we've talked about in the past, he is a key player in this because we do want to involve the school district in this effort. So hopefully we'll be able to set up a meeting with him as promptly as possible and certainly have something in hand in the way of how we're going to proceed for the May meeting of this board. Let me ask Ms. Burns to report on the deer management issue. Do you have anything new to report on that?
No, I haven't received any emails or heard anything on any type of up-to-date issue. Have you heard it?
I haven't heard anything either, but what I was going to say is at least we can probably go forward with our education of the public on it, and I think for next meeting or the one after that, depending on what kind of time we have, I wouldn't mind presenting the data to update from the last time I did the study and see what kind of effects the signage has had, and see if we can talk about, increased lighting and other things that we can do as residents of the township.
Okay,
I have a question. If we, because we brought that up at that one meeting, if we bring that up again, could we then have a recommendation to the Board of Commissioners? Would we be able to go do something like that if there is a difference with what when you redo your study? Do you think we could do that?
I think that would be a great idea, but we can. I think we're going to be voting on it as a board anyway. So
yes, that's correct. And related to that, but certainly not solely a problem with connected with deer management, and we will be doing a program of Radnor Health Matters on Lyme disease, and Doctors Donato and Foreman have graciously consented to participate in that program, and we will be having the program recorded and put on the township's television station, cable station, as well as on the township's website. And our plan now is to do that on April 26th, and we've tentatively scheduled that for 11 o'clock in the morning. So thank you, Drs. Donato and Foreman, for that. The next item is the Environmental Advisory Council. Ms. Doyle.
Last meeting, the EAC listened to public comments regarding the use of Roundup. They voted to make a recommendation to the Board of Commissioners to that the township expand the consideration of sustainable parks policy contained in the proposed greenhouse gas action plan to develop a comprehensive approach addressing herbicide use and other issues, as well as green gas reduction.
Yeah, that's correct. The EAC has developed a proposed greenhouse gas action plan, which was submitted to the Board of Commissioners earlier this year for their review and consideration. What they voted on, as Ms. Doyle has said, is to expand the consideration of a sustainable parks policy to develop a comprehensive approach addressing herbicide use and other issues. That was essentially what they had talked about. In addition, thanks to the EAC, and I've distributed this to all of you, they had a comprehensive report, actually a weed control methods handbook put out by the Nature Conservancy. And what I downloaded was the section on glyphosate, which you can all read at your leisure. It's a rather long report, but there's basically nothing in here that would contradict any previous discussions we've had. Just for example, there's one report that is referenced that states flat out, glyphosate is therefore relatively non-toxic to animals. So you can, again, read that report at your leisure.
So did the EAC address Roundup, glyphosate in
Well,
particular?
Yes, they discussed it. There was a lot of public comment, and they discussed it, and they did not approach it in terms of health-related issues, but only environmental.
They defer the health-related issues to our board?
Yes. In addition, there's just a couple other things. Notable announcements that were made. Radnor Middle School was selected for nomination as a green ribbon school. There were 47 applicants from Pennsylvania. Radnor was one of 4 schools selected. So congratulations to Radnor Middle School. The annual Green Build Conference of the U.S. Green Building Council will be held in Philadelphia in 2013. And in addition to everything else going on April 28th, the Darby Creek cleanup will take place. Information is available at dcva.org.
Repeat that.
Darby Creek cleanup will take place on April 28th, and information will be is available at dcva.org.
Thank you. At this point, there are no members of the public here, but we do have a resolution that was tabled 2 meetings ago and continued to be tabled at our last meeting, pending the discussion at the EAC, which has just been reported on. And I think, based upon my reading of the EAC's discussion, there's nothing in their recommendation that would be not in consonance with our resolution. So at this point, once again, there are 3 possibilities with the tabled resolution. One is we vote it up, 2 is we vote it down, or 3, we vote to keep it tabled for the time being. So I will entertain a motion on one of those options.
I would like to move that we pass the resolution.
I'll second that.
Okay, before we have any discussion, I did distribute the draft again in case people didn't remember to bring it with them. So let's discuss that. Any comments? All right, then, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any contrary? The resolution is approved, and I will draft a letter of transmittal to the Board of Commissioners, and I'll copy everyone here in on that letter. Thank you. Is there any new business?
I just passed out to people about the hazardous household waste recycle drop-off event that is on April 21st, not April 28th. So, and I actually went to the webpage that was as far as what exactly is hazardous household waste, and gave people a copy of it. On page 2, there is a listing of the typical hazardous household waste that is cited. At this time, the program that, or the recycle drop-off this time will not be doing any type of computers or TVs or small electronics. It is just the hazardous waste, and the location is the Marple transfer station. And I gave this information to Ms. Lee so she can put that in the minutes. I'm not sure if you want me to read it now too, though, because it's going to be...
No, I don't think there's any need to, if you, for the viewing public, just repeat again the location.
Okay.
And
So it's
date.
it's a hazardous household waste recycled drop-off event, Saturday, April 21st, excuse me. The recycle event will take place from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., April 21st, rain or shine, at the Marple Township Transfer Station located at Marpit Drive and Sussex Boulevard in Broomall. And if you have any questions about what is considered a household hazardous waste, you can call 610-892-9620.
Thank you for that. Is there any other new business?
That information also is already on the scroll on the township's website. That information also is on the township's website.
Any further new business? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Any second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Early evening tonight. Thank you.